The name of my company is called Maca. It's short for macaron or French macarons. So I make artisan homemade macarons. I do characters, I do seasonal flavors, all that good stuff. I've officially been doing it for a year. Unofficially for 2 years. The first year I just did it for friends and family. I got to a point where I had too many friends and family asking me for stuff, so I figured, hey, if my product's that good that my friends and family are always asking me for it, I might as well try to make it official. Well, it's like my side hustle that I want to be my main hustle, so I think I put in a lot more work and effort into it because of that. I don't sleep very much anymore, so it's kind of like I still have my corporate 9-to-5 job, so I still do that, and then I do this like in between. I think for that, in terms of having balance, because I really don't have a day off, has been probably the biggest struggle. My social media preference is Instagram. I can post really, really fast. The filters are really good. I can just like adjust things really quick with lighting. And like people call me the hashtag queen, so like I hashtag a whole bunch of stuff. But it's really helped because it showcases like my work. So like for Easter, I'm doing bunnies and like fancy unicorns and Easter eggs and things like that. And I post it and I'm like, hey, like contact me if you need a box, and it works. So when people contact me, especially if they don't use it through my website and they're just emailing me directly, I always ask them like, how did you find me? Sometimes it's Google, a lot of it's like, I saw your stuff on Instagram. I saw your stuff on hashtag Boston Eats. Okay, great. Like, you know, so that for me is like confirmation, like, okay, this is working. And like what I'm putting out there is attracting people. I think it's so easy to hate like on others and just be like, no, like I'm not even going to bother. But I think that that's not like the correct vibe, right? That's not the best way to approach things. And so like, even if there's someone that makes cupcakes or they make like a different type of like German pastry, I still am like, oh, like talk to me about your product, like I'll have one or whatever. I don't know, I think the community support is really nice, and I think that like a few years ago, like we weren't at that point where we were supporting other businesses as much. And so I think that community support, like I know that when I see other people do it, I respect them a lot more, and I think that holds true to a lot of other people. There's a lot of us that are on social media that like we follow each other and we get inspiration, which is great, but we always say like, if you're inspired by our work, tag us in it. Be like, hey, like this inspired us to do this. Like maybe you have a different bunny color, I don't know. But I think that's super important because it's like paying your respect to somebody else who worked really, really hard to come up with the design or come up with the flavor. Some people just are so quick to jump on the bandwagon, and it's a little frustrating. I'd say like don't do it just for the money. I think people get so caught up in money these days. I think passion drives a lot, and I think that when you meet other local makers, especially like even today, you can see that when they talk about their product, and I think that's super important, is to do what you love. Otherwise, like, you're gonna be miserable, and it won't be worth it.